What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day, the World Series edition. And remember, before we get to those pitches, hit that subscribe button. Be a part of the best baseball community on YouTube. If you like baseball content, this is the place to be. So hit subscribe, and without further ado, here are my filthiest pitches from Game 1 of the World Series. I'm going to start with Zac Gallen, who had 5 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 3 runs on 4 hits. He did give up 4 walks and struggled a little with command, running up his pitch count to 99 pitches over 5 innings. He picked up Ks on his knuckle curve. He had 5 whiffs on 8 swings on his knuckle curve. And his changeups were nasty. He had 4 whiffs on his changeup. Here's an overlay of Gallen's fastball and knuckle curve. And you can see when he's on, that tunneling makes his knuckle curve really filthy. He does a good job disguising it as a fastball. And you don't realize it's a knuckle curve until it's too late. I had mentioned Zac Gallen's changeup, and he has a pretty interesting grip. And because you're subscribed here, here's Zac Gallen describing his changeup grip.
Changeup's right here.
So kind of not a circle.
Kind of.
You're
not a circle. Let's see if we can get this in here. Yeah, not really a circle. Not like much grip pressure either. For me, it's kind of, I feel it here, like in the thumb. Let me see.
Yep.
So I feel it like here in the thumb, like right in this point right here, and then on the inside of my like index knuckle type of deal. And so for me, those are probably like the 2 pressure points, I guess. And it's not really much pressure anyway. It's just kind of like, all right, those are the 2 parts where I'm attached to the ball that I know I have to pronate with those. Kind of turn the, I look at it as like you're kind of like turning the radio, like you're turning the knob on a radio or any type of knob, whatever it is, and then just at the end it's just kind of like a flick almost.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you
a
are
lot of guys have that.
Yeah, you're intentionally pronating to get good fade to it.
Yeah, and that was like, that's another one. That this I grew up with a 2-seam and a changeup, and the changeup I think morphed from throwing a 3-finger 2-seam when I was younger because my hands weren't big enough, and then just kind of as my hands got bigger, I remember just like kind of holding the ball like similar how I do it now, but like just kind of light in my hands, and the ring finger or they're like pinky finger and my thumb were kind of just like touching at the bottom, and I was just playing catch, and I was like, oh, let me see what this, and it kind of had that like little fading action to it. And I was like, oh, okay, great, whatever. And then it just kind of turned into my changeup. It was never like a, hey, try and learn how to throw this pitch or whatever. It was just kind of stumbled upon throwing a changeup.
Gallen faced Eovaldi, who had 8 Ks in 4 2/3 innings, but gave up 5 runs on 6 hits. Eovaldi had a pretty good heater, but I thought his splitter was probably his best pitch for the game. He picked up 11 of his 17 total whiffs on his splitter, and had 11 whiffs on 20 swings on it. He also threw in some nasty curveballs, but it definitely wasn't Eovaldi's most dominant outing this postseason. Now onto my filthiest relievers. Joe Mantiply had this filthy sinker, and in case you were wondering, this is what happens when you multiply Mantiply. Kevin Ginkel had this filthy slider and elevated fastball combo. Here's an overlay of those 2 pitches, and you can see how filthy that combination is, and why teams shudder when you bring out the gink. Bring out the gink. Paul Sewald picked up 3 Ks on his fastballs and sweepers. But of course, the only pitch anybody's going to be talking about is this elevated fastball to Corey Seager, giving up a game-tying home run in the 9th inning, causing Texas fans to go crazy. This pitch wasn't necessarily a bad pitch. You might remember my breakdown of Paul Sewald and why his fastball works well up in the zone. And Seager's a very aggressive hitter, ranking 7th out of 133 qualified hitters in swing rate, and 1st in swing rate on strikes. And he really loves to swing at first pitches. So Sewald was trying to get Seager to swing at this first pitch at the top of the zone or slightly out of the zone, and may have missed this spot by a few inches, but I also think Seager made a really good adjustment. You might remember they faced Christian Javier in their last game. Javier's got another one of those invisible fastballs like Sewald that isn't high velo but tends to keep its plane really well and gets whiffs at the top of the zone. And the Rangers as a team had an attack plan for Javier. They were going to swing 3 balls on top of his fastball. Because that fastball had an illusion of rising, that would help him square it up. And that thought process is probably what Seager relied on here.
Hitting coach Donnie Ecker told me, he told his guys, we are going to have to swing as if the baseball is 3 baseballs higher coming in. That's because of the high late life on that fastball.
Here's Seager after the game talking about why he likes to swing at first pitches and the fact he doesn't remember anything about the pitch he hit a home run off of. So my breakdown earlier is about as good as you're going to get.
Why do you love 0-0 pitches and swinging on them so much?
I mean, those guys are good. You never want to just give them a strike, you know, so you never know if the one you're supposed to move forward is the first one, so you're just kind of always ready.
A good pitch? Was it a hitter's pitch? What kind of pitch was it? Because I mean, it went out so fast. I mean, you really couldn't tell.
Yeah.
You don't know?
Yeah. Sorry.
Jose Leclerc had 2 Ks in 2 innings on his fastball and slider. And my filthiest reliever of the day was John Gray, picking up 4 Ks in 1 2/3 innings on his fastballs and sliders. If Gray is back on his game, that is a huge arm for the Rangers this World Series. And now my pitching ninja moment of zen. If Adolis Garcia didn't hit a walk-off home run yesterday, maybe folks would be talking about the fact that he tried to walk with 3 balls. All right, that was awkwardly phrased. What's up, everybody? My picks of the day today are a 3-leg parlay. First, I'm going to start off with Merrill Kelly for 5 Ks or more. Then I'm going to take Jordan Montgomery for 4 Ks or more. And I'm going to top it off with Corey Seager to score 1 or more runs. And then I'm going to add in my FanDuel Profit Boost to boost my profit by 30%. And it's good for any same-game parlay or same-game parlay plus of 3 legs or more. What would your picks of the day be?